I've been trading for 5+ years. I lost for 2 years until I found this one strategy. Most of the strategies that I used before were losing strategies, but this one strategy that I found made me profitable, and I've been trading profitably for around 3 years now. And this one strategy that I'm going to share with you today is so simple that even a complete beginner could mess it up. And I'm going to share the 3 steps you can take to learn the strategy and use it every single day. And the thing is, I use this strategy only at 9:30 to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time because that's where there's the most volume in the markets. Otherwise, this strategy wouldn't necessarily work because there needs to be some volume in the markets to actually take those trades. And by the end of this video, I'm going to show you real live results of me taking trades with this strategy so you can actually know how to take those trades in the live markets. But let's not waste any time. Let's get straight into the video. This is the simple strategy. So the thing is, you don't need a daily bias. I know a lot of you guys have the problem that you are trying to find the bias and then you kind of marry the bias. You were just like, oh, today I must buy, today I must sell, but this doesn't have that problem. And like I said, this strategy works the best when the session opens in New York, like in the New York Stock Exchange, right? At 9:30 to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's super beginner friendly. I wish I would have found this strategy sooner because this would have made me profitable faster, but regardless, now I'm here to show you that. So you can actually become profitable faster. But regardless, this is the last trade I took with the strategy. This week, I haven't taken a trade yet because this week has been kind of mid, let's be honest. The markets has been kind of like Today I was alright, but I didn't end up taking a trade. I made 1.6K. And by the end of this video, I'm going to show you like real results, me taking trades with the strategy so you can understand completely. But this strategy has 2 entry models. It may seem very complicated, but this is super simple. First, there's the follow the trend, super damn simple. And then there's the trend reversal when you have to see an MSS plus like a liquidity. I'm going to very soon show you what those are, etc. if you don't know. But it's like, this is where you just follow the trend and this is where you see a reversal. But let me show you how it's actually done. So let's start off with the first entry model, the trend, right? So if you don't know what trends are, it is how the markets move. It's how the markets operate. It's how the market goes to one direction and moves to another, right? Up and down. So naturally we have the uptrend. It moves in higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, right? Simple. Then we have the downtrend. It moves in low lows, low highs, low lows, low highs, low lows. Ignore the color. I know it's green, but it goes down, but it's like, it's whatever. Okay, hold on. Let me put my camera to the top. What's going on? Okay. So you can see better. Okay, so this is the downtrend. This is the uptrend. Naturally, we have to buy right here and we have to sell right here because we just want to follow the trend as in the first entry model. Like we just want to follow the trend. A lot of people just always overcomplicate. They think that they need to always find a liquidity sweep, find a reversal, but you can just actually follow the trend and there's a higher probability you will get the trade if you see that strong trend. But we have to understand one thing though. When the price moves in a trend, we have to understand that there's the big move when it's in an uptrend, there's the big move and a small move, okay? This is the big move and this is the small move. The reason why we have to understand that is because that is now a higher high right here because that's a high, right? Up candle followed by down candle. This is a high. And the reason why we have to understand that when we actually close above this high, that's a break of structure. And the reason why that is super powerful because break of structures prove that we're still in the trend, okay? And when we're still in the trend, we can still buy. So this is another break of structure because this is an up candle followed by down candle. That's a break of structure. So we could potentially enter right here or wait for the price to retrace to this area and then we could enter right here, buys. Okay, we just follow the trend, right? And usually I like to enter in the 1 minute time frame. Okay, but hold on, let me put it like this. Okay. And then there's the downtrend, right? There's the big move to the downside, small move to the upside, right? That makes the downtrend. Like if it continues like that, and naturally, down candle, big move, big down candle. Doesn't have to be big, but it's like it's a down candle followed by an up candle and another down candle. That's the trend movement, and that's a low because that's a down candle followed by an up candle. That's a low, and when the down candle body, the fat part of the candle closes below that low, that's a break of structure, right? We can enter right here or wait for the price to retrace and enter here for a better entry, right? And again, this is a low, down candle followed by up candle. That's a break of, this is a low, but when the down candle after that closes below that, that's a break of structure. we could enter right here, wait for the price to retrace, enter right here. Or you can choose not to, okay? Because there's something that you need to know also, which is liquidity, which I'm gonna get very soon. Like for example, if here would be liquidity, even though it's a broke structure, I wouldn't enter lows. But naturally, if I want to follow the trend, there's no liquidity, I would enter. But don't worry if you don't know what liquidity is, what this and that, don't worry. But let me get into the markets real quick, show you how you can follow the trend, and then let's move on to the liquidity part, because that's very dangerous. But I want to show you an example of a downtrend. Okay, as you can see, consolidating, wouldn't trade here, but then we start to gain volume. Okay, we can see that this is a low, a down candle followed by an up candle. There's a low, but a down candle body closes below that breakout structure, right? But let's say if we just exited this consolidation zone, I was like, okay, let me just wait for another breakout structure potentially. Okay, this is a low up candle, and then we close below that. We can ignore this wick right here because this is not a breakout structure. This is just a wick, wick in the low. Okay, that doesn't count. We have to see that closure below the low, and then I could have potentially entered short position just by following the trend, put the stop loss above the recent up candle after the breakout structure to the downside, right? Because that's something called an order block. This also has orders. This kind of works like liquidity because this has resting orders, right? And as you see, price taps into that, and then we continue down further. What would I have targeted? I could have potentially targeted this low right here and get like a 1-to-2 ratio. Okay, very nice, very nice. Okay, but I could have also targeted this low right here, but that's like if I want like almost like a sniper entry, right? But let me show you an uptrend example. Let's say if this was the session open and I see shit like this, first of all, we exit this consolidation zone, which is good. I'll wait for a bit to see if we actually close and continue the trend to the upside. So this is an up candle followed by a down candle. What is this? This is a high, remember? And then we close above this. This green body closes above that. So what would I do? I would not enter immediately because we just exited this freaking consolidation zone. I want to see another one, okay? Just to see that consistency in the trend. So this is up candle followed by a down candle. This is a high. And then we'll see this up candle body close above that. That's a breakout structure again. And I'll put the stop loss below this order block. Again, what was the order block in the uptrend? It is the most recent down candle after the breakout structure to the upside. So this has also orders. This is our shield, what I like to call. And I would kind of target some highs on the left. Maybe I would target, this is kind of far away, kind of sketched out, but I will target that one because the result ratio isn't nice anyways. So that's like a 1.5 result ratio, right? I could have targeted higher. As you can see, it goes high, but still, we don't want to take those big shots after liquidity because this has a lot of orders. This is a area of liquidity. This has a lot of liquidity. But let me show you the second entry model in my strategy, which is the trend reversal, seeing that MSS move. So there now we know what liquidity is, okay? But I'm going to show you like kind of recap. But liquidity is just, I'm going to show you it very soon, okay? But essentially how this works is that we have, let's say, an uptrend right here, okay? And we see a liquidity sweep. So naturally, we don't want to buy anymore immediately unless we see that continuation to the upside. But let's say I would wait right now and I would see a price starting to reverse to the opposite direction. I wouldn't enter immediately. What I would want to see is that MSS. I'll go to the 1 minute time frame. So 1 minute time frame, okay? And then I want to see two closures to the downside. So two breakout structures. So down candle followed by an up candle. That's a low. And then I see a closure, right? And then down candle followed by an up candle, another low, boom, closure, breakout structure. And when there's two breakout structures after liquidity sweep to the opposite direction, that's an MSS, what I like to call. And I kind of invented that, okay? And has been working very good with me and my students. So if you don't know what a liquidity is, it is just resting orders that needs to be taken in the markets, okay? And where does liquidity lie? It's above highs and below lows, and especially in the higher time frames. Just like I showed you in the charts, what caused that move up just recently, it was a liquidity sweep from the daily time frame, right? From the 1 hour time frame, from the 15-minute time frame, etc. Right? So a high, like I said, it's an up candle followed by a down candle, right? This is a high. So in the higher time frame, essentially every single time frame, there's some liquidity above highs and below lows. But higher time frame, there's more liquidity, there's more resting orders. But let me show you low. It's a down candle. I could just do it like this. It's a down candle like this, followed by an up candle like this. Okay, so this is a low. This is a low. So naturally, when it's a low, you take the more prominent one, the more prominent wick. Okay, so the lower wick right here. So this is liquidity. Now in the higher time frame, this holds a lot of liquidity, and the price wants to naturally trend towards that, take the liquidity, and then potentially go to the opposite direction. Okay, if there's enough liquidity being taken. If there's not enough liquidity being taken, the price kind of reverses and then goes take more liquidity from here and then reverse. Okay, because we have to understand the natural way the price moves, which is trend, but the price moves towards liquidity areas, towards order areas like liquidity, take it and then reverse, and then take some liquidity right here and then reverse. Okay, that's just how the price moves. Okay, takes out liquidity, sweeps traders from the market, takes their money. Okay, that's just like collecting debt. Okay, collecting tax, and then just reversing. Okay, simple as that. We don't need to overcomplicate this. Most people overcomplicate this, but it's not. Let me show you from today, for example. Okay, I didn't take a trade today because the price action wasn't the craziest in the session open, like I said. But today, like I said, we had that liquidity sweep. Let's go to the daily time frame real quick. We had that liquidity sweep. Why is it a liquidity? Because that's a down candle from an up candle. In the higher time frame, it holds a lot of liquidity. What happened? Price takes it, boom, reverses. Now, if I go to the 1 minute time frame, we can see price takes it. Then immediately, I would go to the 1 minute time frame if I was in the session open, wait for the price to react. If the price don't react, it just continues down. I could potentially wait, enter a low risk trade because we just took a lot of liquidity, but enter a low risk trade because we're going to the same direction and we took liquidity. But if I see this nice move, this is a good sign that we immediately start to reverse. That's a good sign for buys. So I would see this high. We don't break above it. We actually create a new high. So this is the most recent high. Up candle followed by down candle. Yes, this is liquidity, but in the lower time frame, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't hold much liquidity. But we create this high, close above this. That's a break of structure, right? So that's a break of structure, number one. Doesn't count yet. Okay, we need to see another one because we just took liquidity. We want to see that reversal trade. Up candle followed by down candle. Boom. What happens? We actually do close above this. Okay, this is a body closing above this. This isn't a break of structure. This is a break of structure because this body closed above this BOS. Number two. So what is that? MSS. That's an MSS. So what would I have done here? I would have entered right here, put the stop loss below order blocks, this right here, because this is the most recent down candle after the break of structure to the upside. I would enter right here, boom, price taps to the order block, boom, and catapults to the opposite direction. But I would have taken maybe I could have potentially targeted this order block right here, this bearish order block, or target the body of the order block right here, and then see a 1 to 2, like a 1 to 2 ratio, or enter right here. But as you can see, we're in the session open. We're still kind of consolidating a little bit, but within. Okay, but I usually don't like to take trades that are over 1 to 2 because the more higher you go, there could be a risk involved, especially after the liquidity. But if I know for a fact that it's a crazy liquidity, we're in the best session, best era, I could take those sniper entries. But that's a great example of a reversal trade, MSS entry to the upside. Let me show you an example to the downside. So I want to show you an example of a pretty interesting sweep. Okay, so what do we have here? We have a up candle followed by down candle. We're in the 1 hour time frame. Holds a lot of liquidity. What happens? Price swept the liquidity. Immediately started going to the opposite direction. Starts reacting. That's a great sign first. Okay, we see that reaction. That's a great sign. So as this is the 1 hour time frame liquidity. Then I would go to the 1 minute time frame. We see that sweep. We don't immediately react, as you can see, but then we start to react after that. Okay, about 10 minutes afterwards. Okay, and this is quite almost in the pre-market, so that's pretty good. We have some volume, and usually almost after liquidity sweep, we get a volume bump. It doesn't matter what session we're in, we get a volume bump because a lot of orders just got entered. Just a lot of people got exited out from the markets, volume enters the markets because other ones are entering, right? Orders filled, right? So we can quite frankly see our first low breakout structure, not the greatest one because we're still kind of consolidating, but then we get this volume dump, breakout structure number 1, and then breakout structure number 2 right here because it's a down candle from up candle, and then we get this closure. Man, what the fuck is that? We get this closure. I'll put the stop loss above this order block, which is the previous up candle after the breakout structure to the downside, and I'll target, let's say, this low. Okay, and as you can see, we do pretty nicely, 1 to 2, or I could just enter to 1 to 2 right here. Okay, but you get the point. Okay, we see nice reaction, and let's say MSS entry. But let me show you some like real entries. Market shift. As you can see, this was a liquidity, and then what we get: high, close above, high, close above, entry when the price retraced a little bit. So let me show you the trade. Right here, I'm on Nasdaq. I'm looking for the price to go up. We got this very nice market shift yet again. And I'm going to target this high right over here. No extra take profits, only one. This is just going to be this 50-minute high. I'm going to remove that. Shit. It's up. There we go. Okay. But as you see, market shifts are like very nice, okay? Because the way that liquidity works is just super amazing, okay? It just reverses the price. Not always, like I said, but we need to see that MSS. Alright, thank you for watching. I hope you really enjoyed and learned. If you did, make sure you hit that like and sub button. Comment down below videos you want to see next. And also, if you want to join my free Discord, it's going to be the link in the description. Alright? As usual, I will see you on the other side. Peace out.